Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today we have Soumyajeet with us. He recently cracked CTS as well as Wipro with flying colors. And let's welcome him to this channel.
Hey, hi Soumyajeet, how are you?
I'm doing great. So today he's going to be sharing his entire experience, like how did he was able to manage to crack two companies during pandemic. So first of all, congrats on cracking two of the most biggest companies in India.
Okay, thank you.
So let's start with the question I've been asking everyone is why have you chose computer science? I believe you're from computer science background, like you're from you did your B.Tech from B.Tech in computer science.
Yeah, I've done my B.Tech in computer science from Kolkata. So actually, my interest in computer science developed in my class 10 because I got those inspiration through my brother who is now in Amazon. So that time he was very good with his programming skills. So that inspired me a lot, and through that I just developed those skills and I came into this field, computer science engineering.
Great. And from which board have you done your 10th and 12th standard?
I have passed my class 10 from ICSE and class 12 from ISC.
Okay. Now the question comes, let's first talk about CTS, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how was the entire procedure? Like, what was the first step?
So first we have a written round. After qualifying the written round, there was an interview.
How did you apply it? Like, was it on campus or off campus?
It's on campus. So we have notified in our official Facebook group that there was an on campus of CTS. So after that, I applied through that. And on I think 18th or 17th of November there was a written test, and I also appeared on that written test. And the written test there was aptitude and I think automata. So after
aptitude and automata,
it's like there will be a code snippet and you have to just predict the output, or you have to just correct those snippet. Because there are some errors in the snippet, you have to just correct the snippet. And after clearing the written test, you'll be having your interview. So after
let's talk about the written test first. So there are two parts, right? One of them is quant, like totally mathematics based. Second was automata, which was just code snippets were given. You have to correct them, like wrong code
snippets.
Okay. And like, how did you prepare for it? Like, you obviously cracked it. So how did you prepare for it?
Actually, for aptitude, I referred some online sites like IndiaBix, and there are various sites. And I also took help of various YouTube channels, like also Quant Master is one of them. Okay, so and for technical part, means that automata part, I just go with the theories and the reference from various books, because it's basically from data structures and algorithms, and also little bit from I think testing part.
Okay, so if someone is preparing for this companies like CTS, so they should just they should practice arithmetic and the quantitative part from this website that you have mentioned. And what about the coding part? How do they practice?
For coding, they can use various online coding sites like HackerRank, CodeChef, LeetCodes, because there are from base questions to higher level questions are present over there. So if they practice from those sites, they can easily develop their coding skills.
Okay, so how will you rate your screening test? Like, how difficult was it? Like, on a scale of 10?
On a scale of 10, it's 7.
7. Okay.
6 to 7.
So it was okay, but a bit harder, right?
Yeah, the automata part was a little bit tougher, but the aptitude
Okay.
is very easy. If you practice nearly for 2 to 3 months, you can easily get hold of that.
Okay. Okay. So now you have now you are able to uh, pass this test, this screening test. Now, how did the interview occurred? Like, what are the steps where? What are the what were the information that were given to you that hey, this date you're selected for this interview round, and these are the way we are going to be conducting the interview. Like, when did you receive all of
Uh, Actually, after passing the written test, so our placement and training cell have declared us the result, and they also declared that on specific date you have your interview, and they also give us time slot. And
Okay.
the day before the interview, one link has came to my email about the
Okay.
test link. So it's on, I think, AMCAT Meet platform,
Okay.
AMCAT Smart Meet platform. It's for
Okay.
taking interviews. They took that
Okay.
platform.
So due to pandemic, they conducted the interview online, right?
Yeah, virtual.
Okay, virtually. And the platform they used was AMCAT, right?
AMCAT Smart Meet.
AMCAT
Smart Meet.
Smart Meet. Okay, got it. And now let's talk about the interview. How was? Let me ask you one thing. Was there only one interview held, like the technical and the HR part together?
No, there was a one interviewer. He asked both technical and HR part.
Okay,
He
so
asked both
you
part.
you just have to sit for one interview, and that
Yeah.
one interview is gonna ask you technical as well as HR, right? Okay. So what are the questions that were asked?
So
Technical
first,
and
the
HR part.
interviewer first tried to make me comfortable after joining.
Okay. Okay.
As the interview was at 10 a.m. in the morning, so he
Okay.
asked me, "Have you done your breakfast?" So I said, "Yes, I have done my breakfast." So then he told me that how you are going and who are there in your family. So I told them. Then he told me to introduce myself. So after that,
Okay.
after introducing myself, he asked me that what are the subjects you have done throughout your B.Tech
Okay.
career. So I told them that these are my subjects. So then he asked basic questions from my projects and
Okay.
also some basic programming questions.
Okay.
And after that, he gave me 2 to 3 code snippets and told me
Okay.
to just predict the output of those snippets. So then the
Okay.
snippets were very easy because one is I think also pattern question, and
Okay.
two
Okay.
is from the sorting and searching question. He just
Okay.
got me to just predict the output of the snippet.
Okay.
And after that, he went directly to the HR part. In HR part, he just asked me about my strength and weakness, and
Okay.
at last he just gave me a situational based question. The question is
Okay.
like that. He told me that suppose you are a team lead in a project, and in your team there are some technical people, and out of them one is very efficient guy and another is very inefficient. He does not know how to code and he is very
Okay.
inefficient.
Okay.
And told me that the client had given the deadlines to just submit the project, and the inefficient guy did nothing. He actually knows nothing, but the efficient guy is very much good, and he done his work. He done everything very nicely, and he helped that inefficient guy to do done with that project. So whom will just refer that means give the honor to finish the project, the inefficient guy, the whole team, or the efficient guy? So I told that I'll means then he told that whom will choose. So I told I'll give the honor to the whole team because
Right.
because one person can't do anything alone.
Right.
There's a team effort because the
Right.
efficient guy also did his 100%, and also the inefficient guy also put his
Right,
best in the
right.
project. So
That,
I
that, that
just
was a tricky
honor,
question.
yeah, yeah, I'll honor the whole. He also just put me in that situation and just know my own view from that.
Okay, so if someone
And
is someone has cleared the screening test, how should one prepare for cracking the technical as well as the HR part? Like, how did you prepare for it?
for technical part, I think it's you can get very references from the online sites,
Okay,
and for there are basic data structures and algorithm questions. They're not some high level questions like some in Amazon or very big product based companies. They ask about high level designing or some difficult advanced data structure questions. But here,
hmm.
this companies they just ask basic normal questions. You have to be good with the basics. If you are good
Okay,
with basics like data structures, algorithms, and other subjects like operating systems, networking, then you'll easily can crack the technical part.
okay.
And
So
the
what?
main funda is to be confident, because if you
Okay,
are not confident, then if suppose you are very good with that subject or you are good with programming, but if you at the time of interview if you are nervous or little shaky, that time you can just fumble those known things also.
right, right, right. So one should know the basics very care, very like very thoroughly, and
Yeah,
one should be confident in order to crack this interview, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was the time span of the entire interview?
It's hardly 10 to 12 minutes.
That's short, 10 to 12 minutes.
First, I thought that I'll be rejected because how an interview can be 10 to 12 minutes. Because the
Right,
other friends of mine, uh, they also appeared for CTS, so
right.
they took on average 20 to 25 minutes, and
Okay.
mine took only 12 minutes. I was
There are
not very
there are two
sure of that.
possibilities. There were
Yeah,
two
yeah,
possibilities. Either the interview went very well, or it didn't
yeah.
went very bad. So, when did you got your results that hey, I'm selected? And what was your first reaction that you? What was your first reaction when you saw your name was on the list?
Okay, so the actually our exam was took on the month of November,
Okay,
and we got our results on January, this January
okay,
2021 January, and actually
okay.
it's very they declared the result very late.
Yeah,
But after getting the result, I was very means first I was very shocked because it's whole. I thought that I'll be rejected because how an interview can take for 10 to 12 minutes, because
right,
he actually didn't ask so much questions. Does the interviewer asked me about basic questions from project and 2 3 questions as I told from the coding part, and then he just told me to just okay. So after that, I was very shocked that then I was pretty much happy also to know that I
so
was selected for a good company like CTS.
you guys should remember our interview can be lengthy or it can be short. Depends upon the
Yeah,
interviewer. So
yeah,
don't get demotivated that you might not get selected because you can.
yeah,
He is the biggest example. His interview went for like 10 to 12 minutes, but still he got
yeah,
CTS.
yeah.
Congrats again. And any tips you want to give to the students and the candidates watching who are also preparing for CTS?
Yeah, so one thing I can do that the first thing that one should remember that they have to be remain confident throughout the interview, because
Okay,
if they don't confident enough, then they will fumble in the interview. And
right.
the second thing, they have to be pretty good with the basics. Basics like
Okay,
data structure, algorithm is the must, and they have to be. They should know one programming language. It can be C, Java, or C++, any Python. And the next thing, they can ask questions, because various of my I asked various friends of mine who
hmm.
just set for the CTS interview, and they have been asked with questions from SDLC, software
Okay,
development license.
nice, nice.
They have been asked various models like waterfall models, spider model. I have asked questions from those.
Okay.
I was lucky
Okay.
that they
So,
didn't ask me.
but still you can answer. I know that.
Yeah.
So, One question I had in my mind, that are projects important? If a candidate does not have any sort of project, like will it affect the interview?
So if a guy is from not from CSC, means if they are from some core streams like EC, EEE or mechanical, then if
Okay.
they don't have any projects, that will not affect. But if a CSC guy doesn't have any project, then I think it will affect, but it will not harm that, because if you are good with the technical part, technical questions and the programming skills, then it's okay.
Okay. So this was Shobhajit's entire confident interview experience from clearing the screening interview, from clearing the screening test to the interview. So if you have any sort of questions regarding CTS, I'm going to be linking his Instagram as well as his LinkedIn in the description below. Just go and check them out, and you can ask questions. He will answer them. I hope you can answer them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So now we are done with CTS. Now let's talk about his Wipro experience. So uh, same question, like what was the first procedure?
So first was same like CTS. We have to go through with the written test first. After clearing
So
the
one
written
question. Was it on campus or off campus?
it's on campus. Both were on campus. CTS and
Acha.
Wipro both
Okay.
were on campus.
Okay. So the screening test, like
Yeah, after clearing the written round, we have to
same
then
same as
have,
CTS.
yes, same as CTS, but over here we don't have automata part. Instead of automata, we
Okay.
have the coding part. Means there are two coding questions. You have
Okay.
to means write the code of that question, and
Okay. Question is
there
given.
was
You have to
basic,
solve.
yeah, you have to solve that
Okay.
coding questions, and there was the same as aptitude. It's same. There
Okay.
was aptitude
And
part,
and you
and
also followed all the
after,
websites that you mentioned, like India Big.
yeah.
Okay. 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 After that, after clearing the screening test, how
After clearing
what was
the
the procedure?
interview, there was a technical part, means technical interview. After
Okay,
you
so
get
there are two
clear with,
interviews.
yeah, there was
Okay,
two interviews. The first one is technical interview, and the second
okay,
one is HR interview.
okay. So after clearing the screening test, you got an invite, same as CTS. A link was shared to you to
Yeah.
attend the technical interview. So let's talk about the technical interview. What were the questions asked?
So as the platform was Cisco WebEx, so
Okay,
we are given the link of that. After I entered through the link, the interview was pretty good. The interviewer asked me about to introduce myself. I
okay,
after I introduced myself, he asked me about same as the projects. What are the projects you have done? Then he picked one of my projects, and
hmm.
he told me how you do this thing, or what are the means, what are your means performance in the project, like that the
Okay,
stuff. And after that, he asked some questions from operating systems,
okay,
and some from networking. So in operating system, he asked two questions which I can't able to answer, because I was that time I was not known that questions. So
okay,
I just directly told that, sir, I don't know this question. Can you ask me another question? And he told, yeah, no problem. But I was confident
okay.
enough, because I told him that, I just told him directly, because
Yeah.
that
So
time
don't, if a candidate does not know any answer that the way you're asking, don't just
yeah,
sit there. Say that you
yeah.
don't know. Interviewer
if a
will ask
candidate
another question.
if a candidate just make this question happy, and means put the beat around the bush, then it very they will find that that candidate is faking them.
Right,
So
right.
it's a negative point for that candidate.
Okay. So don't just sit there. Just tell them that you don't know something.
After that, he asked some basic questions from data structures, like what is
Okay.
the difference between stack and queue. Then he asks what is the advantage of circular linked list over the single linked list,
Okay.
like that. these questions are asked. And after that, he asked one SDLC model that I told in this time they asked me. I was pretty sure that they will ask me, because in the previous interview, in the previous Wipro interview, I took suggestions from my seniors. They told me that they also asked from those areas like software development life. So he asked a very pretty easy question like, what is waterfall model?
Very simple.
Basic. Very simple. So after that, he also asked me some situational based questions. Like he told me that as a project manager, he just emailed me one project. So what we'll do after seeing the project? Then I told that after seeing the project, I will just see how I will approach the project, I will do that project. Then I'll see that what type of technologies I'll use in those projects. Then I'll just discuss the project with my all team members, and after that I'll take, if I find something which is not known to me regarding the project, I'll ask you about it. So this type of basic situational.
It was very optimistic answer.
Yeah.
So if one is trying to crack Wipro technical interview, what a candidate should know, like how a candidate should prepare? Because you said they asked two types of questions. One was situational based question. One was technical questions, right?
Yeah. For situational based question, you have to be pretty much diplomatic. If you suppose if you don't be diplomat, then it will be directly impact your own views on the interview. So you have to be little diplomatic over there. Like in one of my, after that in that HR interview, I told that in that part they asked me about some political questions. Okay. So if I don't, if I suppose for any parties I suppose present any views for any opponent parties or any ruling party, then it will really default my views.
Right.
And for technical part, I told the same thing. Yeah, there are online sites, and also for the B.Tech guy, for CSE student, they know that throughout their career, the subjects they have been taught, if they are thorough with those subjects, then you can easily crack those interviews. And
so
for non-technical guys, for basic. And the non-technical guy, they can take help of those sites like Java T Points and Geeks of Geeks.
Okay, Geeks for Geeks and Java T Point.
Java T Point.
So after the technical interview, so one question was, the technical interview elimination route, like where people eliminated?
Yeah, it's also screening round. It's also an elimination round.
Okay, so what was the average proportion people got selected?
I think from 70 to 80% were selected.
From 70 to 80%.
70 to 80%.
Okay, so
and in
now
HR round, I think 90% was selected.
Okay. So now again a link was sent to you to attend the HR interview, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your entire experience in the HR interview?
So the HR was actually a formality round. It's just to check your communication skills. It's not like know your technical. There are not any technical related questions. Like a formality round where the interviewer just tell me to introduce myself, and then he directly went to the political situation. He came to know that I am from Kolkata, and as you know that in Kolkata right now, due to this election, there is a very hot situation regarding the parties. So he asked me about some political parties and political leaders, about my opinion. So I just answered him very tricky, in a tricky manner, because if I just give my own views to if I give the views on any political leader, that can really impact negatively on me.
Right.
So I just
Right.
answered quickly. After that, he just asked me that what are the events you have participated in
Okay.
your college life. And I told
Okay.
these are the events I have participated. Then he just asked me about my family background, and
Okay.
the interview was over. It's a very
Okay.
short interview. I think it's held for 7 to 8 minutes.
7 to 8 minutes. Very short. And I think I forgot to ask you, how long was your technical interview?
The technical interview was 20 to 25 minutes.
20 to 25 minutes. And the HR was like 10 to 12 minutes.
Not 10 to 12 minutes, hardly 10 minutes.
Hardly
Because,
10 minutes. Under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so when did you got the results that you also got selected for Wipro?
Yeah, so for both CTS and Wipro, I got the result on the January. Both actually
Okay.
happened on November and December, and I got the result on January. So it's 1-2 month after 1-2 month of my interview, I got my
Okay.
result, and
Great.
after getting the result, I was very happy.
Obviously. So this was Soumyajeet's entire experience when it comes to cracking two of the biggest companies in India, biggest IT companies, Cognizant as well as Wipro. So again, congrats. Uh, I wish a very happy journey ahead of your life. And so if you guys have any sort of questions, I'm going to be linking his Instagram as well as his LinkedIn in the description below. Go ask him any sort of question if you have any. And thank you, Soumyajeet, for coming to my channel.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe this video. Thank you.